I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, and welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spinmo Rax.
Hello.
Chris the Canadian, Nick the Microwave, and Caleb the Colorblind. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend.
New Jane watches
share the
One
stream.
Piece.
What up?
New Jane watches One Piece.
The new,
Two new Janes.
oh, the new flavor Jane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was talking to her about it.
That's actually wild. She's like up to date.
She said she just finished the Wano arc.
One Piece is an interesting one because like so people are diehard for it, but then they put, and I respect it of them. But anybody that puts anybody on One Piece, like, don't just they tell them a different. I guess
You got to be all the
start.
way in.
Well, some people say don't even start from the beginning because there's too many episodes to catch up.
No, that's not true. Anybody tells you that is stupid.
I've had two people tell me that.
Well, they're stupid.
I thought you were one.
No. You got to start from the beginning. But there are episodes you can skip. Like all anime have filler. And you can skip the filler.
Speaking of filler, House of Dragon season 2. What are we doing, guys?
That was basically a filler
all
season.
filler.
Yeah.
The entire season was filler. I mean, there were like
Shut up, gun guy.
three
Take your
dope
pants off.
moments.
I had a vision.
Hey, that was pretty cool.
No, yeah, it was.
That was
Got a little
The
Night
Heron
King.
Hall scenes at the end with them declaring for Rhaenyra were cool. I like that. Like,
Yeah.
fight for your queen! Ah!
I'm with that, but like, okay, how about this the scene where he's fucking his mom? Why was that?
I mean, he fucked his mom.
Was that necessary?
Yeah.
Like you just wasted entire scene on some really weird shit. Did he have that dream in
Sit
the
here
book?
and tell me that you've never. No.
Stop.
Did he?
Talking about One Piece, someone got multiple pieces.
Yeah, that's for
The
sure.
3-piece in the
My,
soda.
boy,
Some
my
may
boy
say.
Kirby Joseph was handing out that 3-piece tender box deluxe from Soroki's at lunch today because Malik Neighbors got a mouthful. Weave, pop. It was awesome. It was awesome.
If you have one ass cheek and
you don't
three
know.
toes, I will beat your ass.
I don't know. You must be living under a rock, but Kirby Joseph beat the shit out of Malik Neighbors at practice today.
That's
We
dope.
got the video. Let's just run it right now.
Yeah.
Here's Kirby Joseph giving Malik Neighbors a 3-piece with an extra biscuit.
Is there sound? Oh, we just
Great pass breakup there by Terrion. Malik
Yeah,
walks
that-
by, gives Kirby a handful. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, dude. Bink, 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 bink.
Literally-
Weave, bink, bink, weave.
look like there's 4 before there's actually like return fire from Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like,
and,
bro, didn't even have time to think.
and Brian Branch was throwing hands at somebody,
You
too.
saw that?
Yeah.
I saw that too. On the far right,
Oh, USA Basketball's on.
there's multiple different angles of that one too. Don't tell people sporting events are on while they're watching our show. What is wrong
Nothing
with
else is on. We are the center of the universe.
you? Thank you.
All right, I got you. But, yeah.
Get on a
It's,
break some point. What up, Justin? Thanks for grabbing our checks.
shout out Justin. Shout out Justin. He's going to the Poconos this weekend. So if you want to kidnap Justin, just go to the Poconos.
Highly abductable.
Highly abductable.
Poconos.
He's going. It's mountains in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
He's going to a music festival doing his wook shit. But
can we watch the fight just one more time?
yeah, throw that. Do you have the other one?
Yeah, we got to get
Yeah,
that other
throw
angle.
the better angle.
Yeah.
You see him connect.
Yeah.
So
Neighbors.
again, here's that 3-piece dark meat with extra biscuit.
Whoa.
I think it's this one.
Hey, dark meat's better.
I don't know why.
Nope, this is the same
Oh,
one.
yep.
No, this is different. This is
No, this is
J-Mo.
different.
Oh, this is JMO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
Cut it! Cut it! Cut it!
All right, here we go.
I think there we go. This is a good angle.
Boom! Out of nowhere. Bink,
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 bink.
bink, bink. Oh, dude, yeah. I fucking love Kirby Joseph, dude. This is awesome.
Look at Malik just attack him too. Oh.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors, you can eat shit. Listen up, Rook. You put your hands in a grown man's face, you're gonna get slapped up. That's what happens.
I gotta be honest though. Malik Neighbors been
Malik
Cutting him
Neighbors looks like a dog.
cutting him up, and I'm glad to see. Can you put on the first ones real quick? Just because I just want to know. I mean, I don't want to know. I
I
know.
wanna know.
I just want to see.
Can you show me?
All right.
This kid Malik Neighbors been tearing everybody up. But here's our boy.
So this should be.
Yeah, restart. You
Yeah,
gotta
it's gotta
restart it.
restart.
It's all good.
Gotta restart.
It's Terrion.
the fact
It's
that
Terrion with the breakup.
Yeah, great pass breakup there by Terrion. Probably says something to him. Kirby comes over to
Kirby said
congratulate,
something. Yeah.
and then he puts his hand in his face.
Unnecessary.
Bink, bink,
Listen, Rook, these are grown men. These
Bro.
are these aren't college kids anymore. This isn't Tennessee, right?
LSU.
Texas, LSU. wherever he went. This isn't Baton Rouge. This is Detroit.
Well, they're New York,
But we're from Detroit. Kirby is not from Detroit, but he's been in Detroit. And he's a grown man. If you put your hands, this is like 101 of dealing with other grown men. If you put your hands in a grown man's face,
you're subject to
you're
repercussions.
going to get your ass whooped. Like any walk of life, it's let alone the heat of competition in training camp in the NFL, where it is the ultimate competitor going after each other. If you are walking down the street and put your hands in another grown man's face, you're going to get your ass whooped. So that's what happens. You touch another grown man, you're going to get lumped up, kid.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he did it and he ran away.
Yeah.
Like, he tried jogging away. Like, brother, what are we doing? It's not.
No.
What do you think was going to happen here? You're just going to politely fucking shove a veteran, by the way. You're a rookie on top of that. Shove a grown man in his face and just, what do we fucking, no. And then you guys asked me. I don't think he was expecting that. Thank God he had the helmet on, because he got fucked up. Like, Kirby Joseph can fight.
That was
Beyond that, did you see the picture that you posted?
Yeah.
Like the weave?
Did I see the picture that I posted? Yeah, I posted it.
I meant everyone else.
Yeah.
But either way, put a picture that Spinny posted. I mean, did you send it?
I sent it, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Did I say see?
Yeah.
It's like, boom, dodge that.
Yeah, weave.
Then handed him fucking three of them things.
Yeah.
Kirby can fight.
Kirby can fight. If Malik Neighbors didn't have that helmet on, he would have been asleep on the turf. So, listen, Rook, welcome to the league. You're doing your thing at practice. You're a great receiver. You look like you're going to be a great receiver.
Yeah, it does.
Have fun playing for Daniel Jones. These great receivers don't work out too well with that bump. But
he never really had a great receiver, to be fair. But.
You put your hands on another grown man, you're going to get tossed around like a little boy, which is what happened.
Dude, we saw his life flash before his eyes with how fast those punches were coming.
Yeah.
Man. That was
Like
incredible.
if he didn't have his helmet on, his shit would be wired right now. Kirby, those were
out there
solid fucking contact.
out
bro.
there like the old Kanye.
Yeah,
Literally 3 of them before he was like, ah!
yeah,
Yeah.
And he said,
Talk about like Terry on like just missing out on concussion yesterday. Thank God. Like, oh, watch out for
He
neighbors.
tried breaking
after
it up.
those. No, watch out for neighbors after those hits. But speaking of like, putting your hands on somebody else like a little child, it was like he tried for a little ding dong ditch there. Like a little pop and run, book it. It's not a chance.
No.
I'm so happy, Kirby.
This is a man's
obviously.
league.
Yeah.
This is a man's league. You're not playing with the boys anymore. This isn't Arkansas you're playing against. This isn't Vanderbilt that you're going up against. This is the Detroit Lions. These are grown men. This is what they do for a living. This is how they feed their families. So if you try to jerk one of their necks around, you're going to get slapped up. And that's exactly what happened.
Kirby might be able to put Jake Paul down. I don't know.
Kirby's got some. That's a nice combo.
He's got a few
bro.
Super Bowls to win
Like I
first,
said,
but
three pieces of that extra biscuits. Shout out Soroki's. Soroki's should sponsor that clip.
They should sponsor that clip.
Dude,
For
they
real.
definitely should.
It was good shit, Kirby. I love Kirby Joseph.
Buying Bryson a Kirby Joseph jersey for sure.
The NFL where I put the picture out there. I said they call him Kirby Mayweather with the weave.
Yep.
Couple Lions players liked it. No big deal. Shout out Mo Norris. Shout out Doris Fountain.
Mo Norris got kicked out of practice today too from Dan Campbell. He got into it with Ozleski or something like that on their side of things. Dan Campbell got pissed off enough, we just pulled him from practice. And then afterwards, it was Kirby and Mo running laps.
Yeah,
Old school fashion.
That's what happened.
My issue is, did I send you the clip of? I'm actually pretty sure I didn't. Malik Neighbors, like his post fight comments.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did send him.
Did.
No.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh.
You didn't
Okay.
send the clip, but I was saying.
He tried saying I went over there to tell him good play. He
Yeah.
wasn't even the one that made the play on you, brother.
No.
But I always love that. The excuses are like they hit in like
He's just trying to make up for getting his ass whooped on camera,
he definitely has ass.
which is all right. Because he's been whooping the Lions secondary's ass for a majority of their joint practices.
Yes.
But
I'm more curious too. I mean, like we're having that conversation a little bit later on, but is he just gonna be doing that to everybody, or like is what we've seen not what we thought? I mean, I do got plenty of questions about that. But speaking of Detroit Lions secondary and people getting hurt, Emmanuel Mosley out for what looks like the year with a torn pec.
yeah,
Fuck, man. This guy just
it's injury prone, man.
can't stay together. He is.
Yeah, it sucks. He's a great talent, but just some people, man, it's crazy how some people are just injury prone like that. Like I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Hopefully, maybe we'll see a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson-esque recovery where he can be ready by the end of the year.
Yeah.
But it sucks. He was right in the mix, almost leading the clubhouse for that nickel spot.
Yeah.
So you hate to see it. I'm not going to take a victory lap on an injury, but hopefully he'll be ready to go when the playoffs start, because you can definitely, depth is always a good thing.
Yeah, Dan Campbell made it sound like nothing was confirmed. I'm assuming it's probably because I assume they had the New York Giants trainers look at him.
Bless you.
And doctors look at him rather than their own. Maybe that's where that's coming from. But ESPN already reported it as a torn pec, and Dan Campbell did confirm he's going to be out for a little while. This is earlier than when CJ went down with his pec situation, though, too. So probably sounds like if he's willing to put in the work and he's able to recover mentally from that, because 2 torn ACLs, then this, it's got to be tough, bro. But if maybe he is back for playoffs. I'm assuming he'll be back for playoffs.
Yeah. And that's the silver lining to it for me, I guess, is for Emmanuel Mosley. I mean, at this point now, you got to really question his just NFL career going forward. So at least the last couple seasons, while they have been tough for him, he hasn't been able to contribute to the Lions, unfortunately. He has gotten a couple $1 million that can help him transition to his next part of life post NFL.
Get ready to learn UFL, buddy. He's got all the talent and the athleticism to be an NFL player for a reason, but the best ability is availability, not to be cliche, but it's true.
Very true.
So hopefully, like I said, hopefully he'll be good by the time the playoffs come around. Cause always use a veteran, a guy who's been there before.
Bro, he's good. He was vying for the starting position.
He's a good player.
At a position he hasn't played in a few years.
Question for you. Is there like in the NBA, now I know he's a very small salary, so it probably wouldn't mean anything, but is there like that player exception rule? Like if a player misses X amount of games or X amount of time, then the team gets compensated?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about his specific contract, what's guaranteed, what's not. I'm talking like in the NBA, if say Lonzo Ball with his injury, like the Bulls got $8 million to spend on a player because Lonzo Ball has not played for a whole season. Is there any type of exception like that?
I mean,
what do you mean compensation?
Like to free up that money for the cap space.
Because in the NBA it is all guaranteed. The NFL it's not. So I was wondering if it's just simply.
Yeah, so I was saying it depends on his contract.
It depends on his contract. It depends if he even makes the team at this. But this frees up a roster spot for a guy like us.
Maybe your boy Betts.
Maybe Betts. Maybe
don't count him out.
I mean,
maybe Betts ends up making the team. Maybe this frees up a
Gilmore.
spot for Mo Norris. Maybe Gilmore. They're those guys in the secondary. We're gonna see them flying around in these preseason games, because now there is definitely a spot that's gonna be open.
I think one thing about Mosley in this injury is thank God it wasn't on his legs. He can come back from a torn pec. CJ got hurt week 2 last season. He came back week 18. Like we said, it was before. So if you give him time to fully get healthy before the playoffs, he could come in and be a big piece to this defense still, because it wasn't on an ACL like the last or previous 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of CJ getting hurt, he's out right now too. I guess his shoulder injury.
Yep.
Over there in Philly.
Crazy. It's crazy to me how I don't understand how that works. I don't know if it's like, because you got to think these guys do just as much to take care of their bodies, to be ready for the season, to be ready for the NFL, to be in great shape. And some people are just injury prone. And there's nothing they can do about it.
Everybody's built differently. Everybody's bodies function differently. Maybe past injuries, like while you're younger, your development, like they didn't have that hardening, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But I hope Iman gets better. I was really excited to see him play this year and hopefully get back. He was a true value to this team. I argued it the entire offseason. When healthy, he's just a valuable piece. Whether you want to play him at nickel, which will end up being the case, or he's going to end up playing the outside. He offered something, and it sucks for us to lose as a team because we were pretty deep in the secondary. Although it seems like the league neighbors didn't care who he was seeing. He
did not.
Abusing any and everybody, but we'll get to that a little
bit. Good thing the Bears didn't grab him.
I think he went before the Bears, didn't he? Yeah, he was like 7 or 8.
Neighbors was 6.
6, yeah. And Bears were 9. We shall see, man. Preseason week this week. Well, did Roman do? He didn't play last week, did he? In the Hall of Fame?
Nope.
Hopefully, see him this week. Or not?
Probably not.
What are you gonna say?
Shout out Greg in the chat.
Shout out Greg. Favorite big guys. Appreciate you, brother.
Greggy the man.
But yeah, a lot going on. Andrew Thomas wearing the helmet condom today.
Yeah.
Strange. Weird development there. Fuck you, Andrew Thomas. All right, we're gonna talk more about Lions and Giants up next. But first, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Because Planet Fitness is fitness that fits your budget. No matter where you are, there's Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in Metro Detroit, thousands more throughout the world. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has a friendly, knowledgeable staff, and you get a full body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training, or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, access to over 2,500 locations worldwide, all with the Black Card. Make sure you go to a Planet Fitness nearby to sign up, or go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law have your back. Tell them the heavyweight sent you, and they will pay for your filing fee. If you're dealing with any type of family law issue, they got you covered. Whether it's divorce, visitation, child support, they're available 24/7, and they're right here in Birmingham, Michigan. Scan the QR code or call 248-971-0476. It's Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law. Tell them the heavyweight sent you. They'll pay your filing fee. They got your back. It's KDK Law. Too bad, league neighbors can't go, or injury damage and whatnot. No, he looked all right in his post-game presser, but obviously he was wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
And I see the comments, and I always just wondered that too growing up until I got my actual fisticuff situation in football. Sometimes shit boils over.
And it really doesn't hurt. It really doesn't hurt as bad as people say.
And not when your adrenaline's going anyway. It's not going to hurt till later on.
You can definitely break your hand doing it, because I've definitely broken my hand punching helmets before. But
yeah, adrenaline will carry you over. I mean, look at the UFC fighters, for example. They break everything in the middle of those fights. They carry on for however long they have to most of the time, and it's just adrenaline. I tore my shoulder at the wedding. Still drove 4 hours straight.
Yeah, you did.
Shout out to Led Zeppelin and Kanye.
Led Zeppelin and Kanye.
Anti-Semitism and Satanism.
The ballad of...
Keep me awake. Fear for my life.
It's true. Tame Impala almost killed us.
What'd you say?
I said Tame Impala almost killed us.
Yeah, that was sketchy. I swear I was in a trance. That was wild.
Dude, that's trip rock.
Yeah, it worked. And I was sober. That's the wildest part.
Tame Impala's dope.
They are dope.
It's actually it's one guy.
Yeah. Sam Darnold named as the starter. Nick, you had JJ as QB1. Reaction?
JJ fighting for QB2.
Sam Darnold's the starter right now.
Oh.
Was he named as the starter? From what you tweeted to me, it was just the original or the official, non-official.
In the officially unofficial depth chart.
Yeah, good. He's got to fight for his spot. Good.
He's got to fight for the 2 spot.
All right, he's got to fight for the starting spot. If he wants to win it, he's got to show out.
You got to get the 2 spot before you get the starting spot.
I don't think that's a microwave take at all. I think if he balls out I think they would rather have him start if he balls out.
Let it go.
I think you guys are trying to put me under a bad spot here for no reason. It's JJ and being a starter compared to Sam Darnold. Does anybody think this team's going to be good?
I think right now Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than JJ McCarthy.
He's young. He's got development pieces to go through.
I don't think that's a crazy statement.
I'm just not trying to put you in a spot.
I am.
I'm just trying to learn you something about these rookies. Not all of them are, especially at the quarterback position.
And Sam Darnold's not bad.
I've never been a Sam Darnold guy, so I guess that's where my faith is in JJ.
Fair.
He beat the Lions 2 years ago.
It was like really bad. 4 years.
Rookie year.
It was 4 years ago, and it was Matt Patricia's debut.
No,
or 5 years.
2 years ago with the
Panthers.
Panthers.
They ran for like 300 yards against us.
True, that's another reason
he
why
beat the Lions twice.
2-0 against the Detroit Lions.
Oh yeah, game 1. I forgot about that one too.
For a pick 6 on his first
Monday Night
attempt,
Football.
and then
yeah, I hate him too.
us.
Yeah,
we were all like, "Oh, look at Matt Patricia's defense! Quandre Diggs pick 6 on the first play," and then they got torched by a rookie.
I think it's good they're naming Sam Darnold the starter to answer your question right now. I think if JJ shows out for the rest of camp and practice, I think he'll start. Like I said before, I think he'll start by the time the Vikings play the Lions for the first time, which is after their bye week.
There's some there when they face the Lions, but in the regular season, it's gonna be Darnold.
Rookie quarterbacks are not being named starter. Did you guys see the Broncos depth chart? They're unofficial.
No.
Yeah, Jared Stidham got named the starter. Zach Wilson number 2. Bo Nix number 3. In what world is Jared Stidham taking the first snap for the Broncos this year?
That blew my mind.
In what world?
Because everyone's been glazing.
Sean Payton's a
piece of work.
But what's even the point of that? Just there's no way
There's no
Stidham.
point of that.
He might not even take a snap all year for the Broncos.
I could have told you that Bo Nix wasn't going to be that good.
All the buzz is he looks great.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of thrown off.
I mean, I feel like that's just Sean Payton being a douche.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
There's a reason.
I think there's more validity in him starting the regular season snap with Nick's philosophy than JJ. Just because he's like 36. He's not 36, obviously.
He's
like
pretty old.
Yeah, he's like 26 or something like that. He played in multiple different systems.
He's like Brandon Wheat.
He's like a little bit more, I feel like, ready to go. And he's looked great by all accounts. I guess at least when I turned into like Rich Eisen the one day that it was Tom Pelissero was talking about him, whatever it was. But yeah, that's what's surprising. But I'm kind of with you on that one, Spin. He's probably just Sean Payton, the old school coach mentality, like, you gotta earn it.
Yeah. You remember when Mac Jones was wearing number 50 at practice for the Patriots because rookies don't get numbers.
Yeah,
it's just old heads being old heads. That's the reason the Broncos aren't going to be good. Just get with the times, old man. Like, it's not going to work anymore. It didn't work for Bill Belichick, and he's way better of a coach than you are.
And real quick, you guys brought up that Quandre Diggs pick 6, and we were talking about JJ with that too.
Horrible.
He just signed the Vikings.
Quandre Diggs?
Yeah.
Diggs?
Damn.
I don't like that.
Don't like that at all. He
What?
Yeah, Quandre Diggs signed the Vikings. Let me make sure.
That's all right. JMO's gonna.
What team did Jamal Adams go to? Because Diggs signed with wherever Jamal Adams went. I can't remember. I'll look it up right now.
Quandre Diggs.
Speaking of that, though, there's a lot of free agent cornerbacks still. Now that the Lions drop Emmanuel Mosley, could you see them going after Xavier Howard, Stephon Gilmore, one of those guys to bring in as more insurance, especially with your cornerback room getting torched a little bit?
Tennessee.
That's a great point, Sven.
Long-awaited news, 5-time All-Pro, dad, 3 times Pro Bowler. Quandre Diggs has agreed to terms with the Tennessee Titans. On a 1-year deal.
Good.
Why did I think that was the fucking Vikings?
No idea.
Maybe I fell for one of those fake reports.
Happy to hear it's not, though.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a Diggs fan.
That defense, I'm telling you, Titans defense is
they got a lot better.
Him, Snead, Justin Simmons.
Yeah.
Did they draft somebody too? Or I could be
Simmons
mistaken.
signed
They
there?
drafted an offensive lineman first round.
No, Jeffrey Simmons.
Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought
the
the
Justin
safety?
Simmons, yeah.
I said Justin Simmons. That's my bad.
To confirm, I will say this, by October 20th, when the Vikings, after their bye, I think the JJ will be their starter against the Detroit Lions. I think they'll probably start like 1-4, 1-5.
Microwave.
Well, there you go, Nick. That sounds more realistic. And
All
I'm
right,
proud
let's
of you.
go. What up?
You said Jamal Adams signed with the Titans too?
I did not.
Yeah, Titans
Caleb
fans with the
did.
starting guard quit on the team and having to cope
Yeah.
with Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs.
Jamal
Yeah.
Adams is the strong safety. Quandre Diggs is now the backup free safety. Damn, they got Amani Hooker with Jerry Snead.
They got a little squad, bro. On defense, at
Pretty
least.
good defense.
Well, honestly,
Harold Landry, Jeffrey Simmons, Tavondre Sweat, Sebastian Joseph Day. That's
Gotcha.
not bad.
they got a nice little squad there. I ain't gonna lie.
I think it's that team that their success is just really dependent on Will Levis.
And they fired Mike Vrabel?
Crazy.
Yeah, that was weird.
They got Will Levis, Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley, D-Hop,
I
Tyler
thought
Boyd.
for sure he was gonna be
Dude,
our.
what? They got a pretty good team,
MC
dude.
too.
What?
That's what part I was going to get to is the offense.
Their receiving core is pretty deep.
D-Hop out right now, but it sounds like he'll be back by the time regular season starts.
Ridley, Boyd, Hopkins, Burks, Westbrook, Akine.
Pollard, Spears looked kind of straight last year.
Pollard, do not holler.
Son Haskins will be a little bit of a goal line guy for him. If you guys believe in him.
Tajay Spears.
That Pierce Skronsky last year, but they also grabbed who else in the draft? J.C. Latham. Yeah, dude.
Titans are on the come up a little bit. I like the team.
Will Levis last year, too. Say what you want. I get it was funny to make fun of him. I was part of that. The Mayo, him getting drafted late.
Jamal Adams is watched for sure.
Sex tape was released this offseason. Maybe he lost some respect in the huddle.
God bless him.
Shorter than the fight with Kirby.
I don't blame him. She is so hot, dude.
He's gorgeous.
His girl that is one fine piece of ice.
All right.
I'm telling you, that got to be.
Saying she's hot, dude.
That Titan game, though, is going to be dangerous because it's in between the Cowboys, Vikings, Packers. Like, that's a stretch where, you could be focused on your interdivision games. Obviously, they'll be very focused on that lick back with the Cowboys. That was one of the ones where I think Vegas had the highest spread of any game for the Lions as that Titans game.
Yeah, very well could be a trap game for sure.
100% reading the Cardinals and Titans being trap game. Well, Titans not as much, but Cardinals, yeah.
Yeah, I think Titans are more respected probably, but still, I mean, when you look at this Lions schedule, it's really tough. Like, the Titans are probably one of the games you're probably most confident going into. Besides what? The Giants, that's preseason.
Yeah.
That's right. We don't even play them in the regular season.
Scared money don't make money. Lions by $1 million.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go. In both games, Tennessee, Arizona, taking Lions to cover.
Put the house on it.
Spenny, you asked a good question, though, about those cornerbacks.
Yeah, I'll get into that coming up next.
But first,
tell us about Feldman.
There's more. 1996.
There's more.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out PremierPetSupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Every single morning. When you wake up, make sure you wake up with the best morning show in the country. It's Wake Up Woodward. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports. When you wake up with Woodward.
Wake up with it. Like a fresh cup of coffee.
Like a fresh.
All right.
Good morning. Smash the like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. I'm Easy. It's been more Rax. Chris the Canadian.
Who's also a cop.
Nick the Microwave.
Let's
go. Caleb the Colorblind. Smash that like button. Spinny had some concerns
my wife.
about the Detroit Lions team.
Yeah. So we saw Emmanuel Mosley. He's down for probably the year because he's got a torn pectoral muscle. If you know me, Joe Swanson, I got giant big pets. No, but Emmanuel Mosley is supposed to be a good depth piece for this young core that the Detroit Lions have in the secondary. Now, really, your only veteran back there is Carlton Davis. With the injury to Emmanuel Mosley, would you look to any of these veterans that are still homeless in the NFL?
Jeez.
Like Xavier Howard, Adoree Jackson, Stephon Gilmore, Patrick Peterson,
Yes.
J.C. Jackson,
Yes.
Eli
Homeless.
Apple.
All
Would
of
you
them.
look at any of these guys to bring in
All of them.
to give a little elderly love to that secondary?
Absolutely.
I want
It's
it.
tough to
I want
identify
it,
these
I want
guys
it.
sometimes too, just because you don't know them personally. At least I don't know a lot of these guys personally. Like Stephon Gilmore, is he still hungry? Does he still got it? That feels like a guy that's a little bit hungry still. Obviously, he played very well for the Dallas Cowboys
Played
defense
damn well
last
for the
year.
Cowboys.
Cowboys also played a lot of garbage teams. However, at the nickel spot, I feel like that's one that he could man down. All those guys, all the above. I was open to Adoree Jackson before anything else. Absolutely, I would love to bring a veteran piece in this locker room for the rest of training camp. If not to make the team, at least to compete, because we have a lot of young guys on this team, and I love to have an Emmanuel Mosley to kind of pass on those little extra tricks of the trade. I feel like the more veterans that you could bring in, especially successful ones, it can only help your young guys compete.
Yeah, and Steve Lehman says Howard wants 23 mils, so you're not going to bring in anybody
Okay.
like that.
Well, that's not happening.
Xavier Howard, he is a very talented cornerback for a
Hard
reason,
pass.
but you're not going to pay him that type of money. But Stephon Gilmore,
One more
Patrick
defensive player of
Patrick
the year.
Peterson, a J.C. Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
these as depth pieces, as guys who are in the twilight of their career that aren't going to cost a lot of money, that you can bring in here. They've played in big games before. They can help these young guys along. I don't hate the idea of it. Now, obviously, we'd have to make the money work, and I'm not expecting these guys to be starters or just studs by any means. But you bring them in here to fill the depth piece that you lost in Emmanuel Mosley. I wouldn't hate it. Nick?
I think the biggest thing is how much faith do you want to put in these rookies when you think about Terrion Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw? We all have faith in the way Brad Holmes develops and drafts these players, but this is, like we've all said, it's Super Bowl or bust. Like, the expectations have never been higher for this Lions team. Terrion got drafted late 20s or middle 20s, and then you got Rakestraw in the second round. It's how high are the expectations can you place on these two rookie cornerbacks if you don't bring in a veteran? Do you think they hit the ground running? Do you think that they are up to speed by the end of the season where they can go up against the elite guys in the NFC to get to that Super Bowl? Do you guys believe that they could?
I do.
Without bringing in a veteran?
Yes. I do. The loss of Emmanuel Mosley isn't grounding the Super Bowl flight that's taking off on the Raxter runway.
Let's go.
The Raxter runway is still open for business. All flights are cleared for Super Bowl takeoff. So this isn't a devastating blow by any means for the Detroit Lions. It sucks. This is a guy you thought could be a contributing piece, but I didn't expect him to be one. I didn't even expect him to be a starter, let alone a giant factor in this defense. But he's a good depth piece. He's a good piece to have on the roster. And maybe you fill that with another veteran, which I would not be mad at.
Yeah, he was very much still in the competition for the nickel spots. It's not like he earned it outright or so much further than Amik Robinson or now Innocent, competing for that spot as well, too. They're saying that Fonte Melifonwu, as soon as they get back here, will start competing for that spot as well. It's not like he was head over heels over anybody else. So I don't think it grounds the Raxter runway or takes you off path of the Easy Expressway. I think we're still fine in that aspect. So like I said, I want a veteran piece in there. I look at Jameson Williams, his turnaround. One of the guys he credited most out of I didn't expect to hear this name, but it was freaking Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Two gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Two Gloves.
It's just like those veteran guys, though, being around can really help you. Jared Goff said the Teddy Two Gloves helped him as well.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Aiden Hutchinson, leagues better than Charles Harris.
Yes.
But when he got to this league and witnessed the way Charles Harris prepared himself and prepped himself and worked hard, iced himself, just took care of his body. It helps out these guys. And we have a lot of young guys in this secondary, and I just feel like you're bringing a former defensive player of the year like Stephon Gilmore, it can only help them. The only issue I think could arrive there, and this is through having a conversation with guys like Glover Quinn, is a lot of times with the coaches, former player coaches, they're kind of stuck in that way of when they played, and things are kind of differently now. I wonder if maybe that's the reason why they don't do that, or we don't see that often, is because maybe Aaron Glenn wants shit a certain way, the way he wants his defense ran, versus a guy like Stephon Gilmore. If he tells you otherwise, all due respect to AG, you kind of got to listen to the guy who won a fucking Defensive Player of the Year award at the cornerback position. It's almost seemed like ageless at the spot, too.
I'm not worried about that. I don't think that is a factor with that because you look at guys they have brought in, veterans they have brought in, like Emmanuel Mosley, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and now Carlton Davis.
But none of them have been, like, to the stature that he was at. You know what I'm saying?
Carlton Davis is a Super Bowl winning cornerback, one for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It was
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was a guy
the best guy in the league at the position.
Was a guy that led the league in interceptions one year. You know, I don't think they're afraid to bring in a veteran to overhear that or to talk over them in the locker room. I'm not worried about that at all.
I think it's totally different than like what Stephon Gilmore is, though. Those are like kind of journeymen.
I think
outside Carlton Davis.
I wouldn't say Carlton Davis is a journeyman.
A top 5, top 10 guy at the position.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think Aaron Glenn's scared to have a player talk over him. I think he has a tight grip on this locker room. I think the coaching staff has a tight grip on the locker room and the players, and they're going to listen to them. And I think bringing in a guy like Stephon Gilmore would only help going forward.
You guys look at situations in the past, like the very first year that we had Dan Campbell, and it was Jamie Collins after that Green Bay game. Had like a different like route in which he wanted to take the tackle. I think it was Aaron Jones at the time. And the very next day, cut from the team.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 examples of that. Guys that were here as veteran pieces just weren't going along with like the way they wanted their situations. They didn't want to infect the rest of the young guys in the locker room. They got rid of them. And I wonder if that's why we don't see these guys brought in, I guess. Caleb, you look like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea. I think as many vocal leaders as you could get in the locker room, I think that's a good thing, especially when your DB room is so young. I mean, you do have, veterans like Carlton Davis and somewhat Amik Robertson in there, but yeah, I think Stephon Gilmore would be a perfect guy for that because, I mean, he was at one of the best in the game in his prime, and I think he'd be great helping, Terrion Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw. Does that mean we need Stephon Gilmore to step in and be, a good cornerback for us? Not necessarily, but I think a guy like that in your young DB room wouldn't hurt.
I think the biggest thing to me, Caleb, and bringing him in is Gilmore coming to compete, or is he coming to already know he has that starting spot? Because I think if he has the mentality, it's already his. I think he's already not a fit for this team.
He can't have that mentality. He doesn't have a team right now.
Yeah,
You're not
100%.
on a team right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm 100% bringing him in if he's down to compete for this spot against the young guy in Terrion Arnold. And if he wins that spot, then he wins it. And yeah, my prediction would be wrong in saying Terrion's the outside corner week 1 for this team. But I'm not at the point where I'm, giving a rookie a spot if he's not deserving of that spot. We have bigger fish to fry right now going after the ultimate goal in the Super Bowl than to, give rookies a time that don't deserve it right now. If he has to learn behind a vet, he would, but I think he's going to be capable of starting week 1, but I would 100% bring in Gilmore to give him a run for his money.
That'll never be the case with this team, with this coaching staff, with the way this franchise is run. They will never just give someone a starting spot, whether you're a high-drafted rookie or a veteran you brought in. You earn your spot with the Detroit Lions, with Dan Campbell, and with his coaches. It's not just given to you. You have to take it, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter.
Part of the reason that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson be started.
Yeah,
it's like, brother, don't come back here.
You got to fight for your spot.
That Fonte Miller will put in. Yeah. I'm sorry, bud. I don't care if you're a vet. I don't care what you accomplished before. Earn it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're the 1st-round draft pick. It doesn't matter if you're the 6th-round draft pick or a former Defensive Player of the Year. If you're brought in here to the Detroit Lions to this training camp, you got to fight for that spot. You got to earn that spot. You have to prove the coaches that you deserve that spot. And I think right now, Terrion has done that for their coaching staff as of right now. But yeah, if Stephon Gilmore gets brought in, he shouldn't have any fucking ego. He's on the couch right now.
Well, that's just not how it is, though. Guys are the way they are.
Yeah, then he's going to be the way he is without a team. Yeah. Because right now, he doesn't have a team.
I know,
so
but I'm just saying you can't have them or expect them to change the way they are. Like that's just what it is. One of the pieces I guess I want to say too on the philosophy, conflicting philosophies beyond that, is we know that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, they target very specific guys. And they are the guys that want to compete. They are the guys that want to come in and earn it versus just come in and grab it. Pause. But, yeah. I don't know. We still have 3 more minutes on this.
Do you think this could be a spot, like it was said in the chat, where it's Stephon Gilmore doesn't have a team by choice. Vets don't have any problem missing camp. Like he's waiting for that spot to open up where...
Yeah. And that's a sign of a guy that they don't look to acquire. As much as I love Stephon Gilmore, I'd love to have Stephon Gilmore. They want you to compete. You're just not going to get handed something. here. It's just not the way it's going to work.
That was the point that I was bringing up. Like, I don't know if that's why he would or would not be a fit for this team, this organization.
Yeah, like maybe regular season, a situation like we grabbed Bruce Irvin last year. It's like, hey, we worked him out a few times. Okay, now you bring him in. But my feeling is Stephon Gilmore is looking to come in after camp because he is proven.
Yeah, I definitely think you should bring someone in. It doesn't have to be a guy like Stephon Gilmore, though. Because, I mean, you guys are right. Stephon Gilmore could have that mindset where he's like, if I'm not the starting outside corner for the Lions, I'm not coming. And that's just not a Brad Holmes guy.
See, I don't see him as that. Like, obviously, I don't know him personally, but he does not seem like that type of player to me. Everywhere he's been.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Just
What,
you
Stephon
got
Gilmore?
Yeah. I don't
He's
see him as
definitely waiting out camp.
I don't see him as a diva or I need to be that guy.
Well, we don't
type
know.
of player. I know, but from watching him around the league, he doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
He's like, what matter?
I mean, you can tell when a guy's a diva and a bitch. We don't know Stephon Diggs either, but he is a diva and a bitch. Like, he does not seem like that type of player to me.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stephon Diggs is a diva for sure.
That's what I just said.
But I mean, there's like stories, I guess, like.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is we don't know either of these players, but we know Stephon Diggs is a diva.
Yeah.
The way I see Stephon Gilmore, the way he holds himself, the interviews I've heard from him, the way his teammates talk about him when he was in New England and Indy and Dallas last year, I'd never gotten a vibe that he's this.
Well, I don't
diva
think
player.
anyone's necessarily calling him a diva. I don't think he wants to come in and compete for a job. He wants to know he's coming into something secure. He's not. He's valued in that way too. That
Better
he can do that.
secure a spot on the couch, then, brother.
Well, someone's gonna bring him in. I don't know if he's
No
gonna
sketch.
secure a spot on the couch. No sketch.
Steve Lehman makes a good point. Talk to his brother. I mean, I remember last year coming out of preseason, his brother looked really good in some spots for this team. Do you guys think that he could step up and
Really
maybe
wish we still had Starling Thomas because he looked pretty damn good. He started a lot of games for the Cardinals last year. That would be a pretty nice depth piece to still have. But, I mean, if Stephon Gilmore is ready, again, I didn't expect Emmanuel Moseley to start. But in case of emergency, break glass, it's great to have a piece like that. Now your break glass in case of emergency is either Meek Robertson or Ennis Rakeshaw, whoever doesn't get their starting spot, which is still a very capable player by all accounts, but that's
always want more.
It's better to have two than one. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm a genius.
And that's why I was down for bringing him back. He was more than that break in case of emergency. He was competing for that starting spot, and he broke.
He breaks like glass. That's for sure.
He breaks in case of emergency. That's for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But hopefully he'll be good to go by playoffs. Which, depending on the severity of the pec tear, he probably should be back by the playoffs.
When we get back,
Sean Valesian told a story about Chris Spielman playing basically a whole season with a torn pec.
Yeah, Chris Spielman talked about it on that podcast.
Yeah, he said it was like Sean said
it was like right here.
Yeah, it was like rolled from like this side over here, and just a lump right here. And they were doing an interview, and everybody was like staring at it, but nobody asked.
In the game, he would go make a tackle, and I guess his arm would be stuck.
Yeah,
he would just have like one of the defensive linemen or something, just push it back down, continue on.
Yeah,
driving 4 hours straight home.
All right, dude.
What a guy.
Still
what a
dancing
unit.
in the wood.
Yeah.
What a unit.
Chris Spielman, absolute psychopath.
He is an absolute psychopath. When we get back, by all accounts, Malik Neighbors is having a field day against the Detroit Lions secondary. Do you guys have any concerns? But not before you tell us about Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security is their technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Dispo Dispensary is the best cannabis dispensary in the game, and right now you can save $10 off of any purchase of $25 or more when you scan the QR code right next to me and bring it to any Dispo location. They will take off $10 of a purchase of $25 or more. You must be 21 up in order to participate. It's Dispo Dispensary, your local campus plug.
Check it out.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Spinmo Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Nicholas Cole off the microwave, Caleb the colorblind.
Let's go.
Kind of reacted to Detroit Lions joint practice day 2 against the New York Giants. We talked about Kirby Joseph learning a lesson to one Malik Neighbors. We talked about the injury and the issue we bring the cornerback.
You're going to learn today.
But speaking of those quarterbacks, Speedy, they've been getting torn up by all accounts by Malik Neighbors, a rookie, and Daniel Jones, who is not highly respected. Some maybe, I think I've heard him called bum in this room before. Not by me. What is your reaction to that? Is this part of like shaking the rust, or is there concern with the secondary that ranked 24th in the league last year?
It's concerning. I'm not going to sit here and say it isn't. I'm not going to, freak out and throw everything around. I don't know how much of the how much Brian Branch has been playing in these exchanges. I don't know how many of the attempts were on which cornerbacks. I saw Terrion Arnold had that nice PBU today. Also saw him get mossed by the same player in Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
But the kid's special, man. The kid's special. I would be lying if I said I wasn't concerned with the results, because obviously you don't want to see a guy going 15 of 18 or whatever it was today. Hopefully they clean some things up. But I need to see it. I'm not just going to take it from Giants reporters and Giants staffers that this guy's just torching everybody. I need to see it happening. I need to see who he's doing it on, what's happening. Are these routes clean? Is the pocket clean? Is Daniel Jones getting two guys running by him instead of sacking him and then waiting back there for 10 seconds and making the throw? Because that could be a big case of it as well, is you can't sack the guy, so he's got all day to sit back there and throw. And if you have to guard a freak athlete and speedy guy like Malik Neighbors for 8 seconds one-on-one, majority of the time you're going to lose that matchup. So I think there are a lot of caveats to this practice session. But no, I'd rather the reports be, wow, the Lions secondary looks vastly improved.
Yeah, I guess like to provide those caveats too, and I think you saw the same tweets that I saw you quote tweeted, but it was actually from a New York Giants reporter that's kind of making comments on some of the throws that Malik Neighbors have caught and some of the throws that Daniel Jones was able to get off. But when you wear those red jerseys in practice, you're not able to sack these guys. And it sounds like a couple of those things were just continuations of plays that the pocket collapsed on them. The New York Giants offensive line couldn't hold up against the Detroit Lions defensive line. And you saw the one-on-one reps we played yesterday. Those continue to look the same today, with one in particular, Lee McNeil.
Yes.
I'm excited for. I think I said on my Twitter today was, I expect DJ Reader to unlock a Lee McNeil. I may have been wrong. It may look like a Lee McNeil's unlocked a Lee McNeil in these 1v1 reps. And against like the five-man fronts too that he's doing them against too. So it's like the defensive line showing out, and maybe there's a little bit more to be said, like you said, there's more caveats to it. Like, okay, this would have been a sack on this play. This play would have continued at all. He wouldn't have got to throw off if you're able to actually hit the quarterback. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there are certain plays I've seen. I guess the one that we posted on our Twitter, which I love you guys in our social media department. I don't know why we're posting Malik Neighbors over Terrion Arnold highlights, but yeah, that I didn't feel good about it, Caleb.
Yeah, I think Malik Neighbors is a stud, and it does concern me a little bit because a problem the secondary had a lot last year was not necessarily shutting down the elite wide receivers, but they let them take over the game. The guys like CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Justin Jefferson, they took over the game against us. And I think Malik, he's absolutely not on that level, but I think he's extremely talented, and you just can't let the opposing team's number one receiver take over the game. And that's kind of what it's looking like in camp a little bit.
To that point, though, Caleb, I would say they took over the games and losses. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, it's considered a win, but we all know what happened in that Dallas game. That was a loss. Justin Jefferson was a loss when he torched us for 192. Puka Nacua torching us for 181 in a loss. And Mike Evans for 147 in a loss. Yeah. So is it the way that this team's like schemes where you're just going one-on-one with another team's best wide receiver no matter what? Like, is that what Aaron Glenn's going to do for this like scheme, like the way that he operates his defense going forward? Is that what we should expect? And then hopefully these numbers come down a little bit with the upgraded talent on the outside and a Terrion Arnold and a Carlton Davis.
I wouldn't hate it. I mean, it is what he wants to be, a press man guy. He wants to be a press man defense, so that's what's going to happen if you run press man and you don't get to the quarterback. Like, that's what happens. And in these practice sessions, you can't get to the quarterback. So running press man and not being able to sack the quarterback, you're going to get stuff like this is going to happen. And us as Lions fans know all too well about having a wide receiver go off every single Sunday, have an insane performance, make amazing plays up and down the field consistently, and that resulting in nothing.
Exactly.
It's what we dealt with for a vast majority of my life. Was Calvin Johnson going out there having 10 catches, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and the Lions losing 31-14. So I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I guarantee a lot of those catches, a lot of those insane receptions were them running press man coverage against Malik Neighbors. The Lions not being able to sack the quarterback because it's a practice session, and him eventually getting open against press man, which is what happens if you can't get to the quarterback and you run press man.
That's exactly what I was going to get to. We've dealt with that with Calvin Johnson, where he's going off against these teams and not necessarily resulting in wins for us. I have a fighting chance in a lot of these games, but it took a Calvin Johnson to be in them in the first place. And yeah, that's a little bit of how we kind of have to play. I'm not comfortable doing that when it gets to playoff time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we it got us, and I know it would have been a flag on the play regardless, but it happened in the 49ers game. The big play on IU, who might be leaving, so it might help us a little bit there. But yeah, I guess I am a little bit more concerned. I do have to read a little bit more into like pieces from camp. I was trying to get Nolan on again today, but it's his birthday, so shout out Nolan from Detroit.
Happy birthday, Nolan!
Happy birthday!
It's awesome.
Eat a gordita crunch.
Yeah,
maybe something better.
One piece I guess I am.
Treat yourself.
I do feel more comfortable in though, as I do feel like these guys are able to make plays, and I'm talking about more than like last year. Felt like when he was available shortly, C.J. Chauncey Johnson, and he did so against the Tampa Bay. I think he had. No, he didn't have any picks. I think that was only.
No, he had a pick against Baker.
He had a pick against Baker. Yeah, against Tampa Bay. But what other game? Oh, Vikings.
Yeah,
he had a pick against the Vikings too, and Brian Branch. Kirby got his too. But this year, I feel like we have a little bit more of those too. Like Terrion's supposed to be a playmaker. I think I texted you guys. It was yesterday morning. I'm like, for no reason at all, I'm just watching like Terrion Arnold film, and I'm freaking out about some stuff. But at the end of the day, come away from it is like he just makes a play on the ball, whether he's late to it or not. Like he's just gonna make that play. So I think he's more of a playmaker. Kirby Joseph, obviously, Brian Branch, Ifantu Milifon, we were able to find a way to keep him on the field too. And it's Rakeshaw, we've like learning from camp that he can make plays on the ball too. So I think I find comfort in like if we are gonna get dismantled and the team's feeling comfortable enough to just drop back on us 50 times a game, then we're gonna capitalize on enough of those. We're gonna come away with a turnover, and then we're able to run the ball, slow the clock, score at the end of the day. That's I think what they've been trying to do with like those playmakers in the back. I'm hoping Jack Campbell becomes one of those too. Waiting to hear that news, but
yeah.
It is what it is, and maybe there's growing pains too. I mean, this is a young secondary.
It's a young secondary. It is. It's a new secondary. It's a guy in a new position in Brian Branch that he didn't play last year in this secondary. So he's learning that a rookie in Terrion Arnold and a first-year guy in Carlton Davis. You only have one full-time player in this secondary that was there last year. So there's going to be growing pains. You're seeing your first live-action performance against another team who has a top-flight receiver in the draft. Like, it's much easier for a player to translate to receiver than to cornerback in their first year of action in the NFL. So I'm not worried about it too much. Like I said, I'd be lying if I'm like, no, I love to hear this. Like, no, you obviously want to hear that they're going out there and performing at a high level, but it's practice, man. We're not freaking out here. Like I said, this does not This does not ground the Super Bowl flights in the Raxter runway. It's still out there, cleared for takeoff. So,
I know that this defense is a lot more talented, especially in the secondary, than it's been under the Aaron Glenn regime. But I think Aaron Glenn, a lot of his principles are going to stay. You know, you talk about the press man coverage and all of those things. And so by nature, this is going to be a defense that is a risk-reward defense. And that's why I think you have those playmakers in the secondary, because you're counting on essentially, you know, those 140-yard games that Nick highlighted last year. You know, if you make those 90, that's probably a difference in a win versus a loss. Yeah. Like, so you're putting these guys in positions where, yes, sometimes it will be at a disadvantage for them, but you're counting on the fact that they can make enough plays to make a difference, because at the end of the day, the offense is the bread and butter of this team. It is the engine of this team. It's what's going to take this team to the promised land. You just need the defense to be good enough, and that's what these guys, that's their job in the secondary. So it's not going to be this clean cut, every layer of the defense is perfect. Some games it will be. Some games it'll be locked. It'll be completely in sync, but for the most part, you're going to rely on doing just enough defensively to allow your offense to carry you to victories.
Yeah, I think one of the big things that they just need to get, used to it. Maybe specifically, I'm thinking like Terrion and Rakestraw, if they do have to play outside cornerback by later in the season, specifically the playoffs. But you think about going to Houston, you're going up against Diggs and Nico Collins. Like, those guys, if your cornerbacks are not ready, will pick you apart with a guy like C.J. Stroud. And then you think about the playoffs. If you get matched up in Philly, you got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You think about San Fran, you got Ayuk and Debo. It's like you have to be ready and battle-tested by that time, which I think we will be just fine. Just, we might see a little bit of growing pains in the start, which, you never want to see, but you might have to deal with as a Lions fan.
And here's some of the context or whatever C word somebody used that you asked for, like, the Detroit Lions defensive play. What was the word? Caveat.
Caveat.
One of his favorite words. Yeah. And this from a New York Giants reporter, Connor J. Hughes. He tweets the first series for Giants vs. Lions full team. The first play, obvious sack, play continued, and dropped the reception. No one was obviously beat. The entire pocket collapsed. The second play, tackle for loss, and there was a holding on the offensive side as well. The play following that one, Jones completed an out to Malik Neighbors. In quotations, he's so good. And we've heard that all throughout these joint practices and beforehand too. The play after that, obvious sack, Levon Zarique. The play after that, tackle for loss. It's just a lot of the passing plays I feel like that you're hearing about are just ones that are going through continuation. This defensive lines that help the secondary tremendously. And it's just having them, I guess, learning these new looks. I know Dan Campbell kept bringing it up today too, is like,
I just need you to trust
we
me.
did
That's
really well in
all.
practice,
Please.
our defense did, but they're used to seeing our offense today. That's why, you love the joint practices. Let them see some extra wrinkles, some offensive plays, some runs of that shotgun that we don't typically do. And that's what they had to go against one day. And obviously sounded like they bounced back fairly well today. But more on the Detroit Lions joint practice. But first, tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
And
the Ally Challenge, presented by McLaren, is back August 22nd through the 25th at Warwick Hills. Leave the golf to the pros and don't miss the party at 17. $2 birdie beers, concerts, and more. Get your tickets at allychallenge.com. Brought to you by Randy Wise Automotive.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Woodward Sports. This part of the show today? Watch again on YouTube or download the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Or Pet the Best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
Chris, I put a video in there of Derek Barnes. I meant to tell you earlier, but if you want to grab that
I
one.
grabbed it.
I got a Kyle Brandt one, too.
Got Kyle Brandt one as well. Let's go. We kind of talked about the defensive line. I guess I should have played this next segment, but I sent the video. We'll play it. Maybe we're going to the Kyle Brandt stuff in the same segment. We don't have too much more to say about the defensive line, but this is Derek Barnes just talking about the difference this year and those guys up front.
A lot of hungry guys, a lot of veterans, a lot of people who played the game. I think that's a lot of things. When you bring in a couple older guys in here who knows the games, who have won in this league, who know what it takes to win and how a D-line should operate, you get those results. We just got a lot of hungry guys, man, and I have to give a shout out to Levi. Levi is a guy that most probably were down about. Injuries and all that stuff, but man, a lot of people always knew he was going to be about it, and the fact that he'd come out and show it, and he's been one of our top guys in camp, but that's great to see, and me and Levi are super close, and I'm happy for that guy, man. I know he's gonna kill it this year. So
in the 11-11 over here on this field, with the ones, the pressure was pretty consistent, pretty relentless. You could feel that when you're out there.
Man, it's crazy. It's funny because when I'm out there rushing, I'm not even competing with the guys on the other side of the ball. I'm competing with my guys. Like, man, I got to get to the ball before they do. And that's the mentality, man. I mean, that's something that we've been stressing since I've been here was pass rush, get to the QB, and that causes turnovers. And then that allows the DBs to be the stick in their coverage, and that's how sacks come. When you got a good pass rush group and a good defensive line, like good results happen. So,
thank you.
I love to be wrong when it comes to situations like this. Like, I love to admit that I was wrong when it means that it's going to benefit the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to say it right now. I was wrong about Levi Onwuzurike. I thought that he was going to be a guy cut. I thought that he was going to be the guy that wouldn't be able to make it back from a back injury. When you're 300 plus pounds, playing a position that relies a lot upon torque and quick burst and quick twitch movements, it's tough to come back from a back injury of that severity. But Levi Onwuzurike, by all accounts, has been one of the best players at the Detroit Lions defensive line position throughout all of camp. And you love to hear that because it is much needed. We knew what Aiden Hutchinson was going to be. We think we know what Aleem McNeil is going to be. But to have another guy to take that step forward in getting to the quarterback is only going to benefit this team, who was sorely lacking at secondary pass rushers last year. We talked about it a lot. It was Aiden Hutchinson and the Hutchinsonettes last year because it was really just Hutch doing his thing, and we couldn't get him any help no matter who it was after Aleem McNeil went down with injury. So to have Levi Onwuzurike step up, a guy who is versatile on that defensive line, can play both inside and out, is extremely important for this team going forward, and I hope he has a big, big year for the Lions.
100%. It's a pleasant surprise. I spoke about it in camp, and I'm happy that we're having, I guess, these joint practices because now you get another offensive line to go against. And this offensive line has been invested in quite a bit. I know people like to joke around and make fun of the Giants, but Andrew Thomas is one of the best left tackles, in my opinion, at the NFL.
Yes, he is.
I'd say he's top 10, maybe top 5 at the position.
I would say top 5.
Yeah. He's probably running out just the bottom half of it, but still.
Yeah.
He's a very good guy, a very good tackle. You hear these reports. I'm looking at Giants reporters' Twitter account right now, just kind of reading some of the stuff he's saying. It sounds like the Detroit Lions defensive line held their own, if not one majority of the reps when it came to the full team stuff. There's more on the one-on-ones. You start to see some of these Giants win, but it's a one-on-one. That's not how this game is played. What?
Nothing. Guy.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah. You go.
I'm done.
100%.
Yeah, and you love to see that because this isn't. I mean, nobody thinks of the Giants' offensive line as this juggernaut, but they are much improved. They are a team that went out there and they're trying to protect Daniel Jones or whoever their quarterback is going to be in a couple years. And yeah, Andrew Thomas. Like I said, my top 5 offensive tackles in the NFL is probably Penei Sewell, obviously Trent Williams, I would say Tristan Wirfs, Darashaw, and Andrew Thomas. Like no, get rid of Darashaw, do Tunsil and Andrew Thomas. That's probably my top 5 offensive tackles. So to have a guy out there who is one of the best when it comes to his position in the NFL, and you got guys beating him, that sounds pretty good. Hopefully we'll be able to beat a couple fucking backups that go out there, because that's the shit that pissed me off the most, is when we went out there against Seattle and they had 2 backup tackles and we couldn't touch Geno Smith. That's Bush League shit. We can't do that. We've got a guy who is the blue chip face of our defense at Aiden Hutchinson. Get him somebody that can get to the quarterback next to him. Get him somebody that will make sure teams aren't triple teaming him and forgetting about everybody else on the defensive line. Ali McNeil, if he stays healthy, he is that. Having a Levi Onwuzurike in this roster now that could be that is another oomph to that defensive line.
Spencer, and I think one thing that stands out to me is that when you pay your own players these massive contracts, which we have and they've deserved, you need guys like this to step up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We all thought that Levi was stuck in the mud. We thought his career was possibly over. And for him to be producing the way he is in camp right now, I think is so key for this team and this defense's ceiling, specifically when it comes to rushing the passer, because that's what he was known for coming out of the Washington football program when he went 2nd round in Brad Holmes' first draft. Yeah. He went offensive line to set the tone in the trenches, and on both of them, offensive line 1st round, 2nd round Levi Onwuzurike. He drafted him to get to the quarterback from the defensive tackle spot, and right now we're seeing what I believe Brad Holmes envisioned when he took him that early in the 2nd round in his first draft.
And, I mean, they got a pretty good track record over there at Washington of producing defensive tackles who can get to the quarterback. Like, so I think this is a guy who, if all things come into alignment, if all things come, the stars align, and hopefully he can stay healthy, hopefully he's back. It seems like he's done that this offseason. He's put in the extra work. He's gotten into the lab, and he's gotten his body right to go over there and make some things happen. Why not him? Why not him? He's going to be a better pass rushing option than fucking Benito Jones or Bohanna or any of the other just no-name guys that we had next to Lee McNeil last year. So hopefully this guy can stay healthy. Hopefully he can be what Brad Holmes envisioned he would be when he drafted him. Because you're a 2nd round talent, that's a pretty fucking good commodity for the NFL. That is a pretty big risk to take in a guy. Even though the back knowledge was there, they still drafted him because of the upside. And having that pressure from inside is so big. Having the pressure come right up that quarterback's face is so big, because that not only, if you don't get to him, that pushes him into the waiting arms of an Aiden Hutchinson. That pushes them into the waiting arms of a James Houston. And that just makes everyone around you. When you could sack the quarterback with 4, that opens up everything else for your defense.
Caleb?
Yeah. Sorry, I was
no, you're good. I apologize. I was reading offensive notes.
Yeah, well, when Nick said, you need a guy like Levi Onwuzurike to kind of just come out of nowhere, that's pause. But yeah, that's really important if you want to be a good team. You need to have guys that you didn't draft earlier, guys you signed that you didn't think were going to be stars, to kind of shine in training camp and then earn their role on this team. But yeah, this defensive line is going to be a big part of the line's successes here.
I think one thing that stood out to me that Spenmo said right there was that you need guys to come from in the middle, and that's what pressure. Like, you think about the Chris Jones, you think about the Aaron Donalds, he doesn't have to be that, but can he be an extremely poor man's and get to the pressure? When it's something big in a postseason game that does force the quarterback to get the ball out half a second early, and Kirby Joseph comes out of nowhere for the interception.
That's why offensive line. Look
at the game Goff struggled in last year. Because games he struggled in all interior pressure.
Yeah, to be a good offensive lineman, to be an elite offensive lineman, you have to be perfect every single snap. To be an elite defensive lineman, you have to win maybe 2 snaps when it comes to pass rushing a game. And if you win those snaps and you get to the quarterback and make the sack, boom, that's all you need. Like Aiden Hutchinson last year, where he made Darnell Wright his little bitch, and he got past them, strip sack, safety, game over. Like, that's all it takes for a defensive lineman to be elite, is winning 2 pass rushing snaps a game if you get to the quarterback.
Yeah, and that's a perfect example because that one rep can change an entire game.
Yes.
Like the strip sack for safety to win. Like, and Aiden Hutchinson, for example, has the ability to win 7 reps a game, whether that's for tackle or loss or just pressuring the quarterback. And that's going to be huge for the secondary as well, getting pressure to the quarterback.
It's true. We got a lot more to talk about, including some clips of Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football talking about the brand new Detroit Lions. But first, tell us about Randy Wise, Easy.
Guys, grab your celebrities and grab your golf clubs and scan the QR code above my head and join the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. We complete our foursome and join the likes of Braylon Edwards on the University of Michigan Golf Course. The Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour brought to you by the Randy Wise Automotive Team. Like I said, scan the QR code, complete our foursome, and we'll be right back talking more Detroit Lions.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is popping up all over Michigan. Locations are everywhere. They just opened one in Madison Heights, known for their delicious chicken, the great New York-style pizza, and the best biscuits in the biscuit game. And breaking news, they have a new sponsored box. It's called the Kirby Joseph Special. It's a 3-piece with an extra biscuit. Just kidding. They don't have that. Don't sue me, Kirby.
I was like, whoa.
But Soroki's is the best in the game. Go check them out. To find more, go to Sorokis.com. Soroki's, no, it's crispy.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm joined by Spin More Rax, Chris, Nicholas Koloff, Caleb the Colorblind. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We talked about the Detroit Lions defense. We talked about the secondary concerns, if you had any. We talked about the defensive line. We didn't talk about was the offense. And by all notes, again, yesterday the offense struggled. Today, not the same story. In fact, we got a clip of Jameson Williams getting it in, as he did yesterday too, with the 2 catches he got. We also, I'm looking for a clip for David Montgomery on a receiving touchdown.
I like that.
I do like that. I read around.
You like that?
Deontay Banks as well too, and then Caden Davis, name you haven't heard much from in camp, getting some reps with the first team, and actually scored like I think it was like 50-yard bomb or something like that. Yet. Exactly. Well, first, let's get that JMO one.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Right. I don't know which angle the JMO one you got, but
here we go.
If it's the right one, it's
This is from Colton Pouncey.
Shout out to Colton Pouncey.
And so you see him going end around, quick out, makes the catch, leaves the receiver in the dust, gets an extra 15 yards down the sideline. And that's just Jameson Williams doing Jameson Williams things. We saw him do that when he was rounding into form last year, making those nasty tiptoe cuts on the sideline, leaving defenders looking stupid and making breaks for more yards. This guy, like, I might not be able to handle more hype for Jameson Williams if it continues to, like, I am like Mount Vesuvius right now with my Jameson Williams hype, and I'm ready to burst. Like, this guy is just providing everything I need to see out of him in practice. He's doing it in every facet you want to see, in intermediate routes, in motion routes, down the field, down the sideline, contested catches, red zone work. Like, what else do you want from him? Now, we'd like to see it happen in regular season games, that's for sure, but just the maturity seems to be there, the diversification of his route tree seems to be there, the comfortability between him and Goff seems to be there. It really looks like Jameson Williams is going to be an absolute fucking stud this year, and I can't wait for it.
It's going to be crazy because it's like we've seen, like, you know, I guess spurts of it, but now it's at a consistent level. It's almost like unfathomable. Unless you're one of those Lions fans that kind of just believe in the best at all times. Like, it's hitting that point, if I'm being honest with you guys. Just from what I've been able to see, obviously you heard about the touchdowns he had yesterday. And that play, there's even like a better angle of it where you could actually see him like juke his mans, like, and continue on. And then he went out of bounds without getting tackled as well, which is something like I get on this team especially. You like the grit and fighting for those extra yards, but like in a 17-game season, brother, it's okay. You know, survive another day if you got that first down. You know you're getting tackled either way. We saw Amon-Ra St. Brown do it, and he happened to be, third in the league? Mm-hmm. And when it comes to receiving yards?
Lockett's been doing it for years.
Who?
Tyler Lockett. He doesn't get touched. He gets down immediately. I don't hate it.
What was that?
My bad. No, great point with this St. Brown. I was looking for something else.
You just got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
Yeah, St. Brown, he gets down. No, the thing about J-Mo to me specifically, with all of this hype, we've seen him take over in 3 big games, in 3 key spots. You think about the 50-yard bomb from Goff at Dallas. That was a huge momentum shifter. And then you think about against the Bears at home when we were making that massive comeback. And then you think about at Tampa Bay. He's had like really big key situations where he's come up big for this team. But this year, how you're seeing it, how you just saw it in that highlight, it's cutting up the field. It's getting the ball maybe a little bit earlier and being able to run after the catch. That's what we haven't been able to see so much from J-Mo. But it sounds like we are finally seeing that now with him and his camaraderie with Jared Goff really coming on. And I just cannot wait for it. I'm not going to be able to handle it either.
No, it's going to be amazing. Like Neil says it all the time. Anytime J-Mo gets the ball in his hands, you sit up in your seat a little bit. You pucker up because I say it. He's got that oh shit speed where if you aren't on him immediately, it's oh shit and he's fucking past you. He is one of, if not the fastest player in the NFL. He is an absolute freak, and now it seems like it's all coming together. It seems like it is kismet with him in this Detroit Lions offense and with Jared Goff. I'm extremely excited. Obviously, we need to see it happen in results, but we really saw it kind of marinating at the end of the year last year of him getting more comfortable with him making hands catches, him getting touchdowns, and becoming that guy, and now somewhat being forced into that role with the departure of Josh Reynolds. I think he's ready to step into it and shine.
Now, go ahead, Caleb.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised just how dynamic he's become because I'm not going to lie. I kind of just thought he was a burner at one point. I thought he was a deep post, just a go route guy. But, I mean, his route tree expanded at the end of the year last year, and you saw, his hands improve and everything, and Ben Johnson's going to get him the ball in creative ways. I am so excited for J-Mo.
Yeah.
You're talking wide receivers. Wide receiver has been a heavy topic this offseason. It feels like Therese Fountain is in the lead for it. But today, Caden Davis, a guy that you heard Spade say earlier, who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Number 88, light-skinned
I
fella.
saw that. Yeah.
Saw that? Roll a clip, Chris.
I'm grabbing it still. Give
Tom
me 2
Kennedy.
seconds.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm
What'd
grabbing
you
it.
I thought it was Tom Kennedy.
I thought it was Tom Kennedy at first, too.
Yeah,
And that was from
Kennedy.
JG. That was from the first team. And it's, I guess I'll go back to this one because I tried, put my foot in the ground on the Therese Fountain stuff because I just wanted to be the first to it, the first one, to deliver the news or be right about it. But I think it truly is what we said and what Ben Johnson said himself. They want a plethora of guys to fulfill different roles at the wide receiver 3 spot. And it looks like this kid may throw his hat in the race.
There is a caveat on this clip as well.
What's the caveat?
It's an obvious sack.
Is it?
Yes. Isaiah Simmons.
Oh, yeah.
Completely broke apart.
But if Goff stiff arms
But
him,
yeah. Jared Goff fucking shakes off one of the biggest freak athletes and linebacker in the NFL. Then that was obvious. It was a blown blocking assignment by the Detroit Lions offensive line, and Isaiah Simmons went right up the middle untouched to sack Goff, but that was a blown coverage assignment by the New York Giants, and he was wide open down the field. Goff hit him in stride, and that's a walk-in touchdown.
One day after a number of blown coverages by the secondary, this is a New York Giants reporter, the Giants only had one egregious blown coverage that led to a long Jared Goff to Caden Davis touchdown with no Giant defenders anywhere near the play. But we just saw it. It looked like there was a sack, a would-be sack on the play. Brian Burns, it sounds like he was getting the best of Taylor Decker at times. He had a would-be sack. And the 1v1s, I guess and this is from Justin Rogers, not New York media, beat Taylor Decker twice.
Yeah.
And the clip that we saw was a third one, or he's trying to spin on Decker. And Decker just shoved him down.
Threw him to the ground.
Yeah. So I guess that was a third of like reps where Burns was getting the best of him. But Burns is one of the better guys in the league. And
Burns
the 1v1.
Fantastic pass rusher.
Yeah, that's kind of made for like a defender to win.
Mm-hmm.
The other situation, too, I guess, so David Montgomery went off like it's a running play for a touchdown. And then Amon-Ra had a touchdown, 11-on-11s, too. The offense got clicking finally today. That's something I'd like to hear, too. And that's, by the way, without Sam Laporta and without Kevin Zeitler. And the update on the Kevin Zeitler stuff, I don't know if we said it or not.
It's not serious. Yeah, I said it's nothing serious. Hopefully Sam Laporta, I don't want
It's a hammy with Sam Laporta.
Okay.
So he'll be good.
Yeah.
He has to
He's
rest.
getting him rubbed out a little bit.
Yeah, rub it out.
Sam Laporta will be
You
fine.
know what?
Yeah, Dan
Let me hit
Campbell
that.
came out and said Kevin Zeitler's is nothing serious, so he's probably just a stinger or something like that, and he'll be back in a couple days.
How about David Montgomery with the reception touchdown?
Like that.
Love it.
I mean, David Montgomery's a good receiver out of the backfield. We know that. He has been hit majority of his career. Definitely showed it last year, too. He's got some sure hands, and we're going to see that a lot, man. We're going to see that a lot. You know, they're going to attack downfield when they can, but we know the bread and butter of this offense is the middle of the field and those short intermediate routes, including the running backs coming out of the backfield. And that's not just always going to be Jahmyr Gibbs, because both of these guys, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, can run the ball between the tackles, run the ball outside of the tackles, and receive out of the backfield. So you can't just, like, when they bring in Jahmyr Gibbs, be like, oh, they're passing the ball, because no, we saw him look his best when he was running between the tackles last year, really.
Gibbs.
So, yeah. So, and we know
great
David
everywhere.
Montgomery's a little refrigerator when he gets going. So I'm excited to see what they do with these guys.
Yeah, he did have a couple of those big ones break out from inside. And it was, it's funny enough, who still shave his eyebrows, by the way, but I guess he's getting married, and that's the delay on it. Austin Eckler. He kind of pointed that out. I was like, yeah, he just hasn't developed that ability to I forgot the way he worded it. Obviously, he plays a position. But he's
Attack half of the half of the player.
Suck in the defense.
Yeah.
With that inside step and then kicking it outside.
Also, Austin Eckler, run them eyebrows.
100%.
He's getting married. He's getting married.
He's getting married. That's what he said. He's not doing it yet.
Run them eyebrows.
Yeah, we're definitely taking those things.
You waited long enough. You could have done that before your marriage.
Montgomery, a couple extra reps too from the slot actually today.
That's
getting some text on.
I think it's going to be clutch for this.
Or Jahmyr Gibbs. I said Montgomery, I think.
I think it'll be clutch when you said David Montgomery a receiving touchdown. I think it's going to be really key for this offense just to keep the defense like having no idea, extremely off balance. If Gibbs is coming out of the backfield, if both of them at the same time, is one of them getting the ball? Is D-Mont coming out for a reception because you think it's Gibbs? You know, if he can cook a linebacker, watch Ben Johnson to try to put him in the best spots possible this year.
For sure.
Whoever originally posted it must have got in trouble with taking it down because there was definitely a David Montgomery. The clip of it was up there. I can't find it.
Either of those guys are, I mean, you get a running back versus a linebacker one-on-one, one of our running backs, I'm taking that running back every single time.
What?
100%.
In what situation? I'm asking. That's why I asked.
One-on-one coverage.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a linebacker versus one of our running backs, I'm taking the running back.
Yeah, especially Gibbs.
Yeah. He made people look stupid.
Monty sounded like a situation where like Deontay Banks was like a little bit too inside.
Deontay Banks.
Well, that's good on golf and finding Monty on that, that.
And good luck, Deontay Banks, trying to tackle Monty one-on-one.
Oh, yeah. he caught the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find that one. When we get back, though, we do have some national media hype.
We do.
Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football on the Detroit
Notable
Lions.
Lions lover.
Notable Lions lover. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. I grew up a Bears fan.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. I'll tell you guys about Swiss Insurance, and more specifically, my guy Mark at Swiss Insurance. He's the best in the business. Insure your home, insure your car, insure your vehicle. I already said car, so I guess your moped would also be a vehicle. Call my guy Mark today at 313-530-1698. Again, that's 313-530-1698. Or send me an email, mark@swissins.com. Send your predicted depth chart.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. The Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in the locations of Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation all included, with the chance to play the championship at Ford Field where the Lions play for just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports.
And there it is. That's Kyle Brand of Good Morning Football breaking it down, where he expects the Lions to continue the success. He doesn't expect it to be just a flash in the pan. Like, I see a lot of sports media, national sports media, talking about, oh, can they do it again? Was it just a fluke? Blah, 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 blah. Now you have expectations. Like, these guys are different. This isn't just a team that, oh, look at the 2014 Lions. They're built off 3 players. No, this is a team. This is one of the best rosters in the NFL for a reason. They have the second most players in the top 100 in the NFL for a reason. Like, they're deep at every position. They have elite units. They have playmakers at every position, and they have a head coach, a quarterback, a left tackle, and a starting wide receiver who are all on the same page, all happy with where they're at, and all just got paid. So this team's not going anywhere, not anytime soon. And players and media members that are wishing that the Cowboys were built like the Lions were so they could talk about them all day, that's too fucking bad. You better get used to the Detroit Lions in the playoffs. You better get used to the Detroit Lions winning playoff games, going to NFC championships, winning NFC championships, and winning Super Bowls, because it's going to happen. And I fully expect them to continue this success because of what Sheila Hamp, what Chris Spielman, what Brad Holmes, and what Dan Campbell have built this franchise into. It's not just a flash in the pan. It is built to last. And I'm excited for it.
Yeah, brother, I didn't need Kyle Brandt to tell me this. We knew what it was. You know,
nobody did,
it's nice
except
to
for
see him getting
national
love
sports
for it.
media. Obviously, we didn't, because we're seeing it. Obviously, Lions fans didn't. But every time I turn on ESPN, it's always like the guy named who's the other guy on Good Morning? Peter Schrager. He was saying that. He was like, I don't know if they're going to be able to deal with this controversy. I don't know if they're going to live up to the bill. And all the pressure's on them. They're the hunted, not the hunters anymore.
That's what it was last year.
Yeah, suck my dick, man.
The boys whooping ass, taking names the entire season. Caleb?
And these are the players that Brad Holmes brought in are the players that understand this. And Dan Campbell has said a million times that we know we're the hunted now. We know we have a big fucking target on our back, and that we don't care. We like it. We like it that way. And, this team's going to win, and they're going to win for a long time. Brad Holmes built it to win for a long time. A lot of our key contributors, they're all young. We really don't have any guys over the age of, let's say, 27 that are key contributors on this team. Yeah, this team's going to win. They're going to win for a long time, and I don't think there's another fan base or another team I would like to root for right now than the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
I think Dan Campbell said it best last year. Is like, yeah, he understands we're the hunted now, but it ain't that. We'll be on the front porch waiting for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we want the smoke. If Kirby Joseph didn't embody that today, like, it don't matter. Like, we're prepared. Trust me. We've been eating shit long enough to know we don't want to go back to that.
Yeah, and this is this training camp session is the embodiment of that. It's a bottom feeder team in this league in the New York Giants trying to take a shot at the best team in the NFC. And that's what's going to happen all year. You're going to have these loser franchises that aren't good football teams like the New York Giants try to take shots at you because you are a much, much, much better football team than them. So they're going to start fights, and they're going to chirp, and they're going to do this. And guess what? While we're hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, they're going to be in Cancun.
Great point there, Spemo. And I think, when you just think about these drafts, nobody believes that Brad Holmes and this crew that drafts these players are taking a step back. You know, the picks are going to be later, no doubt, but you can still plan on Brad Holmes still drafting and developing these players like we've seen. Hutchinson about to be an all-pro, or I would think an all-pro, but just a superstar for this defense. You can go down the list. We don't have to. He's already drafted 2 all-pros just last year, and it's like it's not stopping.
He's got 3 all-pros under his belt already. This guy, he doesn't miss. And, like, yeah, the picks are going to get later and later, and that started this year with the picks being later, and what did they do? They got the best cornerback in the draft. So, like, I fully believe in Brad Holmes. The way he builds this team, he's going to replenish this roster through the draft because that's what he does best.
That's the cool part, too. And we've talked about this as well, that this team kind of knows what the goal is, right? Like, yeah, the rah-rahs and the quotes that come along with it, they're always nice to hear. But, like, what I love hearing the most is, like, I think it's Panay Sewell's here on the Bus with the Boys podcast today. Is like, they're asking, like, what's different this year? What do you guys say in the locker room to keep you motivated? Ain't nothing. Panay's like, nothing needs to be said. We know what it is. Like, we want to win a Super Bowl, and we know we're good enough to do it. And everyone's just putting in the work to do so. And even yesterday when they did get punched in the mouth a little bit, I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that it happened during the regular season. I'm sorry, in preseason with the first team. Because preseason it may happen with the second team and guys scrapping to make a job. I mean, it's going to be that way regardless. But, like, when it's your ones getting punched in the mouth that first time, they don't get to see in the preseason, like, give me that.
Yes.
Get the reminder. Like, shit ain't sunshine and rainbows, right? Like, it's
Nobody's
just as
giving you
hard as
anything.
last year.
Nobody's
Dan Campbell said it last year after the game. We don't know if we could be back here. We can't guarantee we'll be back here. I think they just need to keep that same mentality, that same hunger, and I have no doubt they will with Dan Campbell in charge. And, you know, the leaders they have in the locker room are the Panay Sewells, the Jared Goffs, who have been there and hasn't gotten back to that Super Bowl. A guy who's been there in a Super Bowl and then fucking kicked to the curb like nothing. They're guys that have constant reminders, or at least Amon Ra every day. I don't know if you saw him receiver yet. He looks at the name still. That was drafted ahead of him. Like, they're the guys that bust their ass. Panay Sewell came from American Island. He didn't grow up in, like, suburban America. Like, he grew up in a fucking hut. Like, the leaders of this team are guys that are constantly hungry.
He is.
And a little bit of the new guys you brought in, too, Carlton Davis, you know, a little shade towards him, getting shade from that team last year. Like, we're still built to go all the way. And I think we will.
This team, yeah, did they satiate their appetites last year with a playoff win and a division banner? Like, yeah. But they want more than that.
It doesn't even sound like it, though, because they're still hungry. They're
We
still
hear
pissed off about
all of
losing.
them saying Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. That's what you want. That's what you do. At the end of the season, in the NFL, there is one winner. That is it. It doesn't matter if you won a playoff game for the first time in 30 years. It doesn't matter if you won the NFC North for the first time in franchise history. If you don't win the Super Bowl, you are a loser. That is how it works. In the great words of Reese Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. And that's what it means in the NFL. Like I've said this, I don't even know how many times already this offseason. We're sitting at the fucking big boy table now. This isn't your cute little cousin, you know, running around. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. No, we are sitting there trying to win a national championship, a Super Bowl. One team can do that a year. One team is a winner and 31 are losers. That's what happens when you break it down and you're actually playing for keeps.
Build off everything, you know, from years past. Like last year we could build off that we went 9-8. This year we can, or that we went, over 500. This year we could build off that we won a playoff game. But now, like you said, we're at the big boy table now. Like you have expectations, real expectations this year. And I think everybody knows that in that building that it's fucking go time. It's Super Bowl or nothing.
I've never in my life, heard the Lions talk about a Super Bowl. Not once have I heard the players in Allen Park go, yeah, we're going for the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, we have Super Bowl aspirations this year. That's what every time one of these guys opens their mouth this year, that's what they're saying.
Yep.
It's different. Shit hits different.
And it's like one of those things, too, where, yeah, it might sound corny when people talk about vision boards or, like, envisioning where you like to be and what your goals are and stuff like that. It may sound corny, but it's, you know, they say things are cliche because they work, and that's why they're passed on.
I'm big into actualizing things.
And that's why, you know, Aiden Hutchinson, we talked about it last week. He really works on his mental and visualizing that Super Bowl. He said, I think we want to cut the clip and play it for you. Envisioning the Honolulu blue confetti, like, dropping down. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the same thing. Writes down those goals. He's not going to share them because he wants to reach them.
Congratulations. You just got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
There's actually, when I went, this is a perfect example, and I can't even say it on air, but when I went to go tour the Detroit Lions' new My Performance Center, there's quotes on the right side of their film room wall.
Yeah.
And so you guys can film anything in here, just don't film those on the wall because they want to hit those goals before it's public or anything like that. They want it to be on the Defend the Den or whatever it's called next season inside the den after they've won the Super Bowl already. It's man, it's dope. And I feel like this team is truly one-track minded in that Super Bowl. They're putting in the work. And again, I'm glad if they're going to get punched in the face, it's going to be in the preseason as a reminder of the war it's going to take to get there. It takes a little bit of luck. Obviously, you need a lot of guys to stay healthy, but this team's got the mentality for it, and obviously I think with the coaching for it too, and the roster.
Yeah, if you want to win the preseason, if that's what Giants fans are their aspirations are, is to win the preseason, be the best team in the preseason, that's on you. Remember the last time the Lions went 4-0 in the preseason?
Don't talk about it.
They went 0-16.
Okay. You didn't have to say that.
So if that's your goals as the Giants, if this is your big win, oh, look at that. We're winning the preseason. Have fun. We'll talk to you when we're done playing in February.
People going at me for saying Penny lived in the hut. He didn't live in a hut. It was a shack. All right. A shack.
That's close.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
All right.
And while we're here talking about Detroit and New York, eat shit, Todd. The Jets suck. Aaron Rodgers sucks. Lions, we're talking about Super Bowl right now. What are the Jets talking about?
Oh, Todd. Yeah.
No. That's my guy from work. Todd, love you.
Oh,
shout out Todd.
Yeah, eat shit, Todd.
Yeah, eat shit, Todd.
No, Greeny was the one talking shit. Yeah.
Eat shit, Greeny.
Eat shit, Greeny. And talking about this New York hype and whatnot, what about Malik Neighbors tearing us up for 2 days straight? Have fun with that. I would have been pissed off if Kirby Joseph did not respond to Malik Neighbors after that smack to the face. I would have been angry. So to him to react and then, piece him up, honestly, I think it just shows the heart. And I got to say it, the grit that is getting shown on this defense. And Kirby being a now third-year player, you see these players leading. Maybe, don't do it in the NFC Championship, Kirby, which I don't think he would. But, in practice, let it rip, set the tone for this defense. I don't mind it at all.
Let's go, Nick. Let's go.
But you can't see that in the NFC Championship game, though.
No,
But
the thing is, though, we see these things happen every single year in training camp.
Yes.
We rarely see these happen in the games. And I just think they know
Yes.
like this when they get it off. By the way, this is Penei Sewell's home that he grew up in, the shack, not the hut. I have to show it. Like, this is the shit that they keep in the locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tour the locker room, by the way. Ping pong table, PS5, Xbox. Oh,
nice.
I got it made.
Yeah.
But when we get back, we'll be discussing around the NFL, today's division, the AFC East, who we expect to win. Ayuk trade rumors and more. But first, we got to tell you about Mark White, guys. Whether you're moving out of the shack in America, Samoa, into the States, contact my guy Mark White, because right now he can save you up to $5,000 on your new home. Just call him, 248-290-8242, or visit him at markwhitesells.com. That's 248-290-8242, or visit him at markwhitesells.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
Happens when you run a great business for over 50 years, you expand and offer more products to more people. It's exactly what Les Stanford did. Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale, the same great service to customers come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brands you want at lesstanford.com.
I know you're trolling.
No suspense?
Panay will go up to Shaq per his words. It could be the home after his family started getting into the game of football and whatnot.
Who's trolling?
Wait, what happened?
Huh?
Wait, who's trolling?
They're just making jokes in the chat.
Oh.
I mean, they're not really trolling me. I'm just letting them know. He got it out the mud.
He got it out the mud.
I saw the Gandalf comment.
This is a man talk. He's got hood tendencies.
I love Panay.
Panay is, yes, he's my favorite player in the NFL.
Got to meet him firsthand. Definitely, he's got the dog in him at all times.
Oh, for sure.
Get that dude some Little Debbie's.
Yes, you saw that?
Yeah.
I got a clip from that too, from Jared Goff's part.
What, he likes
We'll
Little
play that
Debbie's?
tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
Which ones are his favorite?
He didn't say.
He didn't say.
He just said it's a must for the rookies.
The Nutty Buddies?
But what are the oatmeal?
Oatmeal cream pie?
Must be in Wall, to be honest with you.
Nutty Buddies are money.
Sewell's hand dug a cave in the side of a mountain with no tools to brace themselves from the rain.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
All right. We've been doing this all week. I don't remember how we did it last year. It felt more like prolonged, or at least in the same day. Maybe I'll go watch an episode from last year to find out how we did it. But we've been predicting the division winners and maybe just the rankings of every single team. Today's the AFC East. Yesterday we did the NFC East. Today we're doing the AFC East. Spinny, start it off.
Damn, I don't get to start.
All right, Chris, go for it.
The AFC East? This is what we're doing?
Shout out to the Hat and Beard Show. Just get the 5 Woodward Sports memberships.
Shout out Hat and Beard Show. What
Shout
a
out.
goat. Damn, gave it to some legends, dude.
Hey, make sure you guys go subscribe to the Hat and Beard Show. He's had some of the funniest Detroit Lions content. They're all shorts, but they're the craziest, like just off the wall shit. I truly enjoy it. He's AI, he's used AI voices over like celebrities talking Detroit Lions. It's, I don't know, they're wild.
Hat and Beard Show gifting it to some OGs. Danny
got
G, let's go Red Wings Sparty.
Let's go.
Brendan Harris, Caden Kreider, Dos Burrito. Damn.
Shout out.
All the boys. All right, AFC East. First place in the AFC East will be the New York Football Jets.
Boo.
Yep.
I think the Jets are going to win this division. I think they've got one of, if not the best defenses in football. Garrett Wilson is an absolute dog. Breece Hall is an absolute dog. They have a vastly improved offensive line. If Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, I got the Jets taking this division. I got the Dolphins in second place, the Bills in third, and the Patriots in last.
I might have to echo that. I want to put the Bills higher.
I mean, I can't.
But the Dolphins are no hope.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are no hope. They did lose a couple of pieces, though, on the defensive side of the ball. Jaden Phillips, towards Achilles, towards the end of last season. I don't know when he's coming back. I feel like he's a piece that really helped him out. Bradley Chubb. They ended up trading him. They re-signed him.
I think they traded him, and they lost Christian Wilkins, too, and Van Ginkel.
Yeah.
That's right. They lost Van Ginkel as well. I am a little bit concerned about the defense, but
that offense could carry them to 10 wins at
right.
least.
I mean, they really are. They got the depth of running back position too. Although they made, I thought they lost A-Chain last year. They still had what's his name from San Fran previously, vice versa. I think whoever's in there running back, if they can run,
Mozart.
McDaniels will make it work. Obviously, Tyreek Hill's voted the NFL top 100 number one player, which I guess we could talk about when we get back. But give me the Jets. I just think they're too complete of a team. By all reports, Aaron Rodgers is back to looking the way that he does, and I'm getting that from Sauce Gardner, not directly, but just his sit down with the NFL Network. They're kind of talking about what makes him great and how's he looked, and he's just like, oh, that's what they asked him. How come he's so hard to intercept? He said his ball placement, and he's just talking about examples that he had in camp this year. Meaning Aaron Rodgers still has it.
Wow.
He also has Garrett Wilson.
Wow.
He also has Williams. What's his name? What's his first name?
Quinnen.
Coming over from the Chargers.
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. Thank you. They got Mike Williams, Breece Hall. They grabbed an offensive tackle. They signed the offensive tackle from the Cowboys as well. And the defense is dog.
Couple former Lions on the Dolphins defense with Benito Jones and Deshaun Hand making up two of their four rotating defensive backs.
I like Deshaun Hand.
You got
Nitty gritty hitting you up. And the nitty gritty in the Woodward Sports group chat. If you want to read that, if you got a sec.
Oh yeah, shout out to Nitty Gritty dropping a couple bombs there. Says Spenmo, I'm a season ticket holder. I've got tickets to Monday Night Football game versus the Seahawks. That's yours if you want to hit me up. Not the greatest seats, but we know how to party. Absolutely. Yeah. What? Yeah. Shout out Nitty Gritty.
That is
fuck me. Yeah. eat shit easy.
He's trying to smeeze.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Shoot me a DM on Twitter or something.
I'll be a gang.
Hell yeah.
What if it's just sketch?
Hey, Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that's my birthday. That'll be fun as fuck.
Oh yeah, shout out to Nitty Gritty. That's awesome.
You're gonna be at home watching.
No, Nick will be there.
No, yeah, what the fuck, dude? I got season tickets. Come on, Chris.
Yeah, Nick's family.
Come on, Chris.
That's awesome.
I pay for them.
Yeah,
Easy.
hit me
Come
up
on.
Twitter at SpamORX. Shoot me a DM. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Appreciate you.
Wait, bro spent $10 to give you tickets? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Hey, I'm a
That's
man
crazy.
of the people.
Hey, shout out though. Shout out though.
What if he gets in his jump him?
Hey, if I get to get in the game, you can jump me. I don't care.
What if they just don't?
Just don't send me the game. And I'm knocking people out. I'm Terrence Crawford. I'm whooping feet.
We would say, Nick.
Yeah, Easy. You were talking about Aaron Rodgers, and people were talking about the ball placement. I want to ask Kirby Joseph about the ball placement of the last time we saw Aaron Rodgers actually on a football field. I got the Jets in third place in this division. I don't have faith in the Jets, Jets at all. I don't have any faith that old-ass Aaron Rodgers still taking ayahuasca out in Egypt is going to be a leader for this team. I really don't. Jets are third place. I got Bills at number 2, and Fins up, Dolphins best, one of the best offenses in the league. I think they carry them to being able to lead this division. They paid Tua. They have faith in him, and I think that's going to go a long way this season for his confidence as a quarterback in this league, passing the ball to guys like Waddle and guys like Tyreek Hill. I got Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Pats, and I think the Jets are third because their defense is still going to be pretty good. So I don't think they're going to be absolutely terrible, but I still got them third in this division.
The Jets were 7-10 with Zach Wilson. You don't think Aaron Rodgers is an upgrade over that?
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to make it the whole year. I truly don't. He's taking care of his mind, going on all these trips. He's not taking care of that body.
Nick hates no one more than anyone affiliated with the Green Bay Packers. Confirm.
I mean, look, it's tough because Rodgers might not make it, but I mean, Tua's one repping the set away from being out too. So that's a dangerous gamble there. But yeah, I think the Jets are the most complete team. I hate to give it to Todd, but I think they are the most complete team by far. And I think if you go 7-10 with Zach Wilson, you can win 3 more games or 4 more games with Aaron Rodgers. Even at this state, even high off his ass, even doing whatever he's doing, caping for all his receivers to come back to his team and all that stuff, they're still gonna win. I mean,
if they trade for Devontae Adams, that would be insane.
Yeah, that would be insane. But I also don't put it past the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. So it's 100% on the table. Yeah, obviously from a talent standpoint, but I'm saying also just from a leverage standpoint, I wouldn't be surprised if he leverages that situation, but. Yeah, I got the tough thing is the Bills versus the Dolphins because the Dolphins are more talented, but you're betting on Tua, and one hit can change everything. But I have to assume everybody's going to be healthy, and I have to bet the Dolphins, Bills third, and then the Patriots fourth. Bailey Zappi return loading.
Yeah, I'm a little opposite than Nick. I think the Jets are going to be really fucking good. Yeah, I think they're going to be like a 12-13 win team. I'm really high on that offense. Everybody in that offense. Breece Hall is talent-wise a top 5 back in the league. Garrett Wilson, we don't even know his ceiling right now. We haven't seen him play with a good quarterback. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers does his little weird things, but if he goes out and balls out, nobody's going to talk about that. And look, Nick, I'm also an Aaron Rodgers hater, but I just think
I didn't say I was a hater.
Oh, it's okay to be a hater. I don't like Aaron Rodgers either. I mean, he scorched the Lions for years. I don't like him.
It goes into it, but did we forget that this team didn't make the playoffs when he was on the Packers?
They missed it by one game, the final game of the season.
Yeah, because they choked the last game of the season to the Lions.
Is this Jets team a better team than that Packers team?
I would say they are.
I think this Jets.
But is Aaron Rodgers 2 years older? and he's in his 40s as an old-time mobile quarterback who maybe is not able to move around as much as he used to be? Have we thought about that?
Brother,
come on.
Zach Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers. They went 7-20
Microwave.
with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, and the only piece they lost was like Bryce Huff. I think that was the only piece.
And they added Hassan Reddick.
Yeah. I mean, this team's gonna be really
Who's
good.
holding out?
But when it comes to the Bills and Miami, I put Buffalo over Miami just because of Josh Allen, and I mean I like Keon Coleman as well. I don't think
Keon Coleman's going to be a dog.
Yeah, he's kind of a guy I wanted the Lions to draft, not in the first round, but maybe in the second. Their defense, there's some question marks there. Obviously, Micah Hyde, I don't think he's been healthy these past couple years. I mean, they have Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver, and who else do they have on that defensive line? I can't even remember.
Oh, defensive line. Von Miller. They still have Von
yeah,
Miller.
Von Miller and
Von Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, but with Miami, I mean, I think their offense is really going to have to carry this year more than last year. So yeah, I'm gonna go New York, Buffalo, Miami, and then the Pats. The Pats are gonna be fucking
Pats
terrible.
are going to be very bad.
They're gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
They are.
All right, fellas, I got some win totals here before everyone just calls me out for being crazy and an Aaron Rodgers hater, all right?
I mean, you are.
Win totals. Bills, 10.5. Jets, 9.5. Dolphins, 9.5. So, yeah, I have my reasons why I don't think 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers is going to be the same MVP-type quarterback as we've seen before. Vegas isn't in a thing of losing money. I mean, if it's so easy money, I'm sure everybody's on the over for the New York Jets.
The Lions were at
JETS,
9.5 last year.
Yeah.
The Lions started at 9.5 last year. I mean, I would take
the over.
I would definitely.
That over, yes. I'm going to take that
100%.
over. Yes.
I would parlay it with that Bills under too, honestly.
I like it.
Yeah, Bills are favored to win the division, which I thought was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like Josh Allen has that Mahomes effect, kind of. Where like it's always going to.
He's very good.
But he lost his top 3 receivers. I love Keon Coleman, and they have 2 great tight ends. James Cook looked like a stud last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even mention Kincaid. Kincaid's going to be a stud, I think.
I think Kincaid's going to be a fantasy
fucking
sleep.
Tupac Shakur's or wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna? Oh, actually, they got Matt Collins too, don't they?
Yeah, Matt Collins. Yeah, who looked like he was on roids when he played for the Falcons last year.
Yeah, I mean, is he really moving the needle for anybody?
No.
That's crazy. They're number 2.
They have Curtis Samuel as well.
Favorite,
right?
Oh, actually, I really like
Curtis
your boy.
Samuel, my boy.
How'd you forget?
I forgot about my boy.
I actually do really like that pickup.
Curtis Samuel. I might draft him again this year.
They might be better without Diva, Stephon Diggs fucking crying for the ball.
No.
Yeah, that was a big problem for them last year.
Yeah, I think that'd be better.
I think they said Josh Allen taking less hits this year is what I heard.
Heard they had
from,
more
I believe,
hops to the mix.
From Kay Adams.
Josh Allen's going to be taking less hits this year. I heard they recently added more hops to the mix.
That's the other part of it too. I guess real quick with the Bills, like is he gonna stay up? He takes a lot of damage.
I think that's what the plan is. He's taking
almost
less
too
hits
stubborn
this year.
to take less hits.
I think he's built different. I think he's one of those dudes.
I think he got that cousin.
We got to go to break. Well, before we go to break, I appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys are showing me a lot of love. Wouldn't be able to do it. Wouldn't be here.
Go Spinbo!
Wouldn't be here. Wouldn't be here without all of you guys. Honestly, it means a lot.
Speech.
I appreciate you all. Thank you for the support. Chris, tell us about merch. I like doing coke
If you are
and choking
tired of the
strippers.
same old Detroit sports merch, head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab there and get yourself some brand new merch. As you see, we got courtesy of none other than the man of the hour, Spencer Raxter himself. Boo them kids. Merch available. Go get that. woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insight by Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. Your boy Eazy, joined by Spinmo Rax.
What up, though?
The people's champ. You got Chris, Caleb, Nick.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
It's time for the mailbag.
3 days in a row.
Fellas, I had a quick question. Should we do like total cumulative like ranking points on this, and should we like do something for like the loser has to buy something?
We were going to do that for awards last year, and we didn't.
I think we
pretty
should.
sure I would have won. Season awards.
Oh, yeah,
Well, you cheated. You gave yourself the DeMar Hamlin award.
We definitely tracked it last year.
No, you think we just wrote it on a piece of paper?
And I took pictures of it and sent them in the chat.
Why don't we accumulate the points?
I don't know, because we're lazy.
I think it's different this year. Nick's on it.
I mean, I definitely filled in for JB on a lot of those weeks, but
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
Yeah,
we should do that again, too.
I'm down to do that as well.
banana
I
suit.
feel like we did the division stuff different.
Oh, we're definitely bringing the banana suit back.
Banana.
I can't wait to see Caleb's first day in the banana suit.
Well, when would I ever have to wear it?
So we do pick 'em every Friday.
Okay.
And the loser of the pick 'em has to wear the banana suit on Monday.
Usually
hot dog suit.
That's fine.
Oh, hot dog suit. Yeah, hot dog suit.
I feel like
100%.
I feel like I was a hot dog
no
for
respect
Halloween one
at
year.
all.
It was a Chris and JB staple to wear the hot dog.
I never
only
wore it
once.
once. I was undefeated last year.
I only wore it once.
Did you?
Yeah. I was in like 4 times, I think. So
What's your thing every
25%,
Friday off?
25%
So
rate.
we do pick 'ems of like
It's the summer, Easy.
a
I'm
lot of
getting the
good
days
games.
in up north.
I got the
And
Lana Del
we do
Rey
a
concert
lock.
coming up. I can't really make it.
I'm going to Uncle Cracker.
And if the lock
damn it.
loses, you got to wear the hot
Mr.
dog suit.
305 worldwide. I can't miss
Yeah.
it.
Trying to
I got
explain
a
here.
Pitbull concert coming
Trying to
up. I
explain
can't make
here.
it
Shut
Friday.
up about Pitbull. So we do this
welcome
pick
to
'em
my
award,
world.
and it's a cumulative score for the
Yeah,
pick 'em games. But we do a lock, and the lock is worth 2 points if it's right. If it's wrong, it's -1.
Are we doing it by the number or just
straight up?
Okay, nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Chat, everybody in the chat, say what last place has to do after the show. Make sure to comment.
And nobody can lock the same. You can't lock the same team.
Okay. If they need an idea, I did. Well, when I used to stream a little bit, I did the hot chip challenge. I bought 2. I have 1 left over.
Yikes.
Well, for like
I
worst
don't wanna
record
do
on the
I
year.
don't want to
Why?
do that
Why?
at all.
Why?
I don't
It's
like
not,
hot stuff.
dude, it's
Well, I like hot
pretty
stuff,
miserable.
but I don't like
Nah.
excruciatingly hot stuff.
I think it'd be fun if the
I like some hot pad thai. But
if the Woodward Sports chat was able to
I seen
be a
Joik
part of it.
I seen Joik try to do that.
He's sweating.
It broke him.
Yeah.
that is not something that
He
I
called
would
me on the way
It's
home.
really
He had to
hot.
stop in the zoo parking lot
Yeah.
to handle some business.
Yeah. I ate a ghost pepper one time, like a fresh ghost pepper. I bit into it. We were doing it. It was before we played Chandler Park. We went there and they beat us 51-0 that day. But we we all were eating a ghost pepper and I got a fresh one, so I took a bite. It's got all the juices, all the seeds in it. I was throwing up everywhere. We were all projectile vomiting. It was awful.
Nice.
There's some people, they don't have like something in their body that doesn't affect. Like Scott, when we were talking about yesterday,
Yeah.
we tried giving him it just doesn't affect him. You don't flinch, no nothing, no milk.
To
You
confirm,
need some milk.
I think the closest we got him was some extract, and only his eyes started watering, but he was still like just sitting there. That was
AFC East picks in order.
yes.
Jets,
Jets, Dolphins, Bills.
everyone.
Except for
And
Caleb.
Pat.
Caleb has
Caleb.
Bills over Dolphins.
Got it.
And then you got the Jets third.
You had the Patriots first, actually.
He had the Patriots first. I did hear that.
Well, it was a lock, too,
I heard he's a
actually.
big Drake man guy.
I think he locked it, didn't
Big
he?
Drake guy.
Well, maybe Joe Milton got.
Last place gets a heavyweights tattoo. The logo.
What's the point?
We do have a cool logo.
We do have a.
You
logo.
guys do have tats.
What
It
am
is a
I?
sick logo.
What's the point system?
So it would be 4 if your first place is right, 3 if you, right, like just do it
4,
like that
3,
for
2,
each
1.
division. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I like it.
Well, hold
So-
on. Say one more time.
4 if you get first place right. 3 second place. 2 third place. 1 fourth
Yeah,
place.
in
So
descending
what if you
order.
don't?
Yeah.
There's no points if you get it.
Yeah.
The position
You don't get it right, you don't get the points.
I like that.
That sounds fair, right?
That's pretty fair. Good job, Chris.
Thanks, sir.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping into the heavyweights. Make sure you smash the like button. For Easy, for Nick, for Caleb, for Chris,
The
I'm
genius.
Spenny. For all of you guys, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Peace.